Seriously something, everyone. We begin with a question from the ABC's Stan Grant.
How would you feel if the government was collecting all of your medical information to be stored in one database?
I'd feel pretty weird about it, Stan, because I am riddled with disease. Seriously, in 2010, I was diagnosed with scabies because apparently I have the hygiene of a pirate. If you don't know what scabies are, they're little parasites that bury deep into your skin, lay your eggs in your skin, and then die in your skin. I like to think of them as a cross between maggots and suicide bombers. Sorry. Anyway, Stan is talking about the thing that's been in the news all this week, the government's My Health record.
Well, the federal government's My Health record is a digital database containing the medical records of all Australians.
My Health record is a summary of your patient's important medical information, including pre-existing conditions, allergies, and the medicines they need.
Advocates say it will save lives, particularly those living in rural and remote areas.
Just what we've always wanted, all the convenience of a doctor's office combined with the usability of the NBN. My Health record is your healthcare history digitised. It'll show when you've gone to the doctor for a cold, a broken arm, or in my case, super gonorrhea. I told you, I'm riddled! In principle, this is a great idea. It makes healthcare management for patients and their doctors easier, safer, and potentially life-saving in emergencies. It's going to help people like this guy.
Since childhood, 23-year-old Harry Eilman has made regular trips to hospitals.
I suffer from ulcerative colitis, liver disease, and a diagnosed severe chronic depression and anxiety disorder.
He says an online health record makes his life much easier.
It's really helpful when it comes to things like medications. I like to think I'm pretty good, but I'm not perfect. No one is. So it's very, very useful to have a very, very easy way to remind myself what I need to be taking and when.
Harry is a great example of how important My Health record is, and also a great example of how to style a casual going in for a checkup look. Nice work, bro. The system's been around since 2012, and almost 6 million Australians already have a My Health record. Now, apparently, I am one of those 6 million Australians. I don't remember activating a My Health record, but hey, we've all been there. You go out, have a few Jaeger bombs, wake up the next morning and find out you've given the government permission to store all your medical information in a widely accessible digital database. Oh, your fucking 20s, am I right, people? Anyway, on Monday, things changed.
So far, it's been an opt-in system. So you talk with your general practitioner and decide what information you want to be uploaded there. But what's going to be happening towards the end of the year, so the end of 2018, is that the government's going to make it an opt-out system. So everyone's going to...
So you're automatically in unless you say you don't want to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're in unless you choose to be out. It's like being gay. Although I probably won't pretend to have opted into my Health record around my grandma. Now, weirdly, the government initially seemed to keep this whole opt-out process on the DL. In January, the Australian Digital Health Agency said there would be no television, radio or print advertising campaign, and instead patients will learn about it from social media and posters in doctors' offices. Ah yes, the doctor's office, where I go for all my information on government policy. On the wall at my doctor's office, there's an eye chart, a graphical breakdown of a Senate inquiry into dividend imputation policy reform, and a picture of a dick. Which makes it hard to concentrate on this. Since then, there has been more of an awareness campaign, and that's a really good thing. It is really important to know where your personal information lives, because it turns out your medical information is a pretty sweet commodity.
Hackers are going from stealing financial data to stealing medical records. They're more profitable for longer periods of time on the black market.
That high value is due to the record's potential for being used for insurance fraud, identity theft, or obtaining prescription medication and controlled substances.
Oh yeah, people, the hackers want your medical info. And if they hack my medical info, they'll be able to see where I keep my spare keys. And the super gonorrhea is just there. Our health records are so valuable, they sell for more than credit card details on the dark web. For any baby boomers watching, the dark web is like if Coles had a secret basement where you can buy human kidneys at rock-bottom prices. Because this data is worth so much, some hackers have been fully hacking actual hospitals.
Hackers disabled the computer system of the Hollywood Presbyterian Medical Center, infecting it with a type of software called ransomware, essentially holding the network hostage until the hospital agreed to pay a ransom. In the end, the medical center paid $17,000 in Bitcoin.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Not hacking the hospital, I mean using Bitcoin. Yeah! Now look, I want to have faith in my government's ability to use my data responsibly, but they have shown they're not great at it. There was the hacking of the 2016 census, ASIO has had the blueprints to its own headquarters hacked by the Chinese, and last year the Department of Health accidentally leaked the confidential data of around 2.9 million Australians, including things like what meds they are on and whether they were seeing a psychologist. Good luck dealing with your trust issues now, Darren. And lest we forget, last year the Twitter account of our actual health minister, Greg Hunt, was apparently hacked to like a tweet from Twitter user BBW-Cumpumper69. By the way, if you're experiencing frequent cum pumping, talk to your GP today. The minister has... I enjoyed that more than you did. The minister's defended the security of the My Health record data, pointing out there has been no breaches of the system over the past 6 years, which is true. It's also true this sensitive health data of Australians is already subject to a data breach every 2 days. So there's the hacking problem. Then there's other stuff. The Australian Digital Health Agency has said none of the My Health record data will be able to be sold to third parties. But earlier this month, it was revealed that one of My Health record's partner apps had been passing on patient information to third parties, including legal firms. I mean, that's fine. I mean, lawyers are honest. In 2014, the UK tried to create a similar database called Care Data. Well, its full English title was Care Data, innit? Crocky, mate! It's your fucking Care Data, gov! Well, all the sweet patient data collected for that database was going to be made available for sale to drug and insurance firms before Care Data was installed. So there's the hacking, and there's the selling, and then there's just people being a bit creepy. This is purely anecdotal, but on Monday, one person tweeted, "Re-health record, I was told by a surgeon I'd started talking to last week that he'd found my personal details / test results on the hospital system. This is within 2 days of conversation on a dating app." Well, Mr. Single Surgeon, we have your diagnosis here. I'm afraid you're clinically thirsty. And you should be in jail. If this is making you freak out at all, you can head to myhealthrecord.gov.au to opt out. You have until October 15th. It might take you 3 actual months to actually do that. I've tried 3 times this week and I keep getting this error message. If you opt out, you can always choose to opt in later. You can also go to the website and change your settings to restrict who has access to your information. You can cancel your record, but any information already there will be retained for 30 years after your death. Or, if they don't know when you died, 130 years after your birth. I mean, God forbid, the people of 2119 can't find out how much Roaccutane this guy had to take as a 17-year-old. I know, I'm aware, I don't want to talk about it. My health record could be awesome and could be totally fine. But your medical information is very personal and very valuable, and you deserve to make the choice about what happens to it. Just like I should be able to choose to tell everyone about my scabies and super gonorrhea. I've made my choice, now go make yours.